Beloved, life is not random. It moves in perfect rhythm, under grace, and in divine order. Everything that comes to you, every challenge, every reward, every return, arrives in perfect timing. There are 3 divine laws that guide your journey. You learn, you earn, and you return. Say softly now, I am guided by divine law. I walk in wisdom, I live in prosperity, and I give in love. Every experience teaches you, every effort rewards you, and every blessing asks to be shared. This is how life flows. Like the tide that rises, gives and returns again. You cannot rush it, for divine timing is never late. You cannot lose it, for what belongs to you always finds its way home. You are part of the eternal cycle of learning, earning, and returning. And when you move with it instead of against it, your life becomes effortless, graceful, and full of miracles. Say softly, everything in my life unfolds under grace and in perfect timing. Beloved, before abundance flows to you, wisdom must grow within you. Life will not give you what you ask for. It gives you what you are prepared to hold. And so the first divine law is you learn. Beloved, before abundance can find you, wisdom must shape you. Before blessings arrive, understanding must take root. Every soul that walks this earth must pass through the first divine law. You learn. Life is not random, it is a classroom of grace. Every experience, whether bright or difficult, is a divine lesson disguised as circumstance. There are no accidents, only assignments. There are no delays, only divine preparations. Nothing is wasted, not your pain, not your waiting, not your tears. Everything that has ever touched your life came to teach you something your spirit needed to know. Say softly now, I learn with grace. I understand that every challenge carries divine wisdom. Nothing happens to me. Everything happens for me. When you stop judging your experiences as good or bad and start receiving them as teachers, you begin to awaken. Every person who hurt you taught you strength. Every closed door taught you trust. Every loss taught you detachment. And every ending prepared you for a new beginning. You are not behind. You are being refined. You are not being punished. You are being positioned. Say softly, I release resistance. I bless every experience that has shaped me. I am wiser, stronger, and more aligned with my divine path. Beloved, the universe never withholds your blessings. It only withholds what would harm you before you're ready. The delay is not denial. It is divine protection. Because what is meant for you requires a certain level of understanding to sustain it. You cannot hold wealth with a poor mindset. You cannot hold love with a fearful heart. You cannot hold peace if your spirit is still in pieces. That is why life begins with lessons, not as punishment, but as preparation. Say softly, every lesson prepares me for my next level. Every test shapes my faith. Every season matures my soul. When you bless your lessons, they become your teachers. When you bless your mistakes, they turn into miracles. When you bless your past, it becomes the foundation for your future. The moment you stop fighting what is happening and start asking, what is this teaching me? You shift from victim to creator. You step out of resistance and into divine flow. Say softly, I am open to learning. I am guided by wisdom. I am growing in every season. Beloved, there are people who repeat the same patterns because they refuse to learn the lesson. They ask, why does this keep happening? Not realizing that life repeats what you resist. The moment you learn, the test ends. The moment you understand, the pattern breaks. You graduate not through avoidance, but through awareness. Say softly, I am no longer repeating cycles. I learn quickly, I forgive easily, and I move forward freely. Do not despise your process. The seed that grows into a tree must first break apart underground. You are being stretched, shaped, and strengthened for what's coming next. You are not stuck. You are being built. You are not behind. You are becoming. Every waiting season is teaching you patience. Every silent period is teaching you trust. Every storm is teaching you faith that cannot be shaken. Say softly, I trust the process of my becoming. Every delay serves me. Every lesson blesses me. Everything unfolds under grace and in perfect timing. Beloved, there is a rhythm in divine education. First, light whispers, then it nudges. Then it repeats until your soul remembers, and once you finally understand, it releases you into the next chapter, the chapter of earning. But before you move there, breathe in the truth that everything you've lived through has prepared you for more. You have learned to let go. You have learned to stand tall. You have learned to forgive. You have learned to trust when nothing made sense. You have learned that peace is more valuable than proof. And now, that wisdom has built your foundation. Say softly, I have learned. I have grown. I am ready for my reward. Every teacher of life has brought you closer to your divine identity. Every situation that seemed unfair was actually in your favor. The path was never punishing you. It was preparing you. The universe was never silent. It was speaking through experience. And now, beloved, you are no longer the same. You are wiser. You are deeper. You are ready. Say softly, I bless my past. I bless my journey. I bless the wisdom that now lives in me. You are not who you were before the lesson. You are the version of yourself that understands the law. The law that says nothing is lost, nothing is wasted, and everything is working for your good. You were never forgotten. You were being refined for divine use. And when the lesson is complete, heaven whispers, now you have learned. Now you may earn. I say softly one final time, I have learned under grace. I have grown in divine wisdom. I am ready to receive my next blessing, in perfect order, under grace, and in perfect timing. And so it is, beloved. Once the lessons are learned, the rewards begin to unfold. This is the second divine law. You earn. You do not earn only through work. You earn through alignment. You do not earn through fear. You earn through faith. Your life expands in proportion to your belief in what you deserve. Say softly now, my faith is my currency. My belief attracts my blessings. I earn through trust, not through struggle. You are not rewarded for exhaustion. You are rewarded for expectation. The world may tell you that effort alone creates success, but the universe listens to energy. It responds not to your sweat, but to your certainty. Not to your fear, but to your faith. Because when your energy says, I am ready, your blessings answer, why are here? Say softly. Everything I have learned is now rewarding me. Everything I have given is returning to me multiplied. Beloved, earning does not begin in your hands. It begins in your consciousness. You can only hold in form what you already hold in faith. When you believe you are unworthy, opportunities pass by. When you believe you are enough, doors swing open. Because the universe always agrees with the story you tell about yourself. Say softly, I am worthy of abundance. I am open to receive. I am ready for my harvest. You do not need to force what flows by law. Your good has already been assigned to your name, and divine timing is delivering it. You are not competing for your blessing. You are aligning with it. You are not chasing money. Money is finding its way to your vibration. You are not earning approval. You are embodying divine order. Say softly, my work is blessed. My time is valuable. My energy multiplies everything it touches. Beloved, faith turns action into magnetism. Every inspired step, every kind gesture, every seed of effort returns with increase. When you do your work with love, your results are multiplied by grace. When you give from peace, your reward flows easily. When you serve with joy, the universe bends in your favor. Because heaven always supports a heart that acts in alignment with truth. Say softly, everything I touch prospers. Everything I give returns multiplied. Everything I do is guided by divine wisdom. There is no limit to what you can earn when you stop limiting what you believe you deserve. If you see lack, you create more of it. If you see overflow, you live in it. It is not the size of your action that matters. It is the vibration behind it. You can earn millions in peace or lose everything in fear. You can attract everything you need through joy or block it through worry. The difference is energy. Say softly, I act in peace. I live in overflow. Beloved, you are not alone in your earning. You are co-creating with divine mind. Every inspired idea that comes to you is not random. It is a whisper from heaven saying, this is your next step. When you obey those inner nudges, you align with your divine appointment, and the results you used to chase begin to chase you. Say softly, I am divinely guided in every decision. I am always at the right place, at the right time, with the right people. My faith produces divine results. The energy of doubt drains your reward. The energy of faith multiplies it. You cannot hold miracles while holding fear. Release the worry about when or how. That is not your work. Your work is to believe, to stay grateful, to stay faithful, and the rest will unfold under grace and in perfect timing. Say softly, I release control. I trust divine order. My blessings arrive on schedule. Beloved, true earning is not about possession. It is about expansion. It is not about how much you collect, but how much you become. Every time you choose faith over fear, you earn spiritual wealth. Every time you stay calm in chaos, you earn divine favor. Every time you keep giving when it's hard, you earn invisible interest that later shows up as miracles. Say softly, I earn peace. I earn wisdom. I earn prosperity through faith. The rewards that are coming are not random. They are the harvest of every unseen seed you've planted. Every prayer, every sacrifice, every act of kindness, every time you kept going when no one saw, the law saw it all. And now, beloved, the law is paying you back. In full, in divine order, in perfect timing. Say softly, my harvest is ready, my good is released. I receive what is mine by divine right. You have entered the season of divine return, where your past faith becomes present fruit. You are walking into rooms you once dreamed of. You are meeting opportunities you once prayed for. You are attracting wealth that once felt far away. Because the law never forgets. Every effort made in faith, every word spoken in love, every thought rooted in gratitude, they all come back multiplied. Say softly, all that I have given in faith now returns multiplied. Everything I have waited for appears in divine order. I receive under grace and in perfect timing. Beloved, this is your time to stand tall, not in pride, but in peace. You have learned your lessons. You have held your faith. And now you are earning your reward. You are not asking anymore. You are receiving. You are not chasing anymore. You are attracting. You are not hoping anymore. You are knowing. Say softly one final decree. I have learned, and now I earn. I am worthy, ready, and open. All that belongs to me flows to me easily, freely, abundantly, under grace, and in perfect timing. And so it is. Beloved, you have learned. You have earned. Now, the third divine law begins. You return. This is the law of completion, the law of circulation, the law of grace. Everything you have received must flow again. Everything that was given to you must move through you. You are not here to keep the blessing. You are here to expand it. The river does not hold the water. It lets it pass. The tree does not keep its fruit, it offers it freely. The sun does not hoard its light, it shines without effort. And so must you, beloved. For this is how you live in the rhythm of divine order. To learn, to earn, and then to return. Say softly now, I am a vessel of divine circulation. What I give multiplies, what I bless expands. What I return comes back to me under grace and in perfect timing. When you give from fullness, you never feel empty. When you share from joy, your well refills faster. Because giving is not losing, giving is multiplying. You were created to be a channel, not a container. To hold everything too tightly is to block the flow. But to give freely is to invite the infinite to refill you again and again. Say softly, I give from love, not fear. I share from faith, not worry. I give because I know I am endlessly supplied. Beloved, what you give to the world is what the world mirrors back to you. When you give peace, peace returns. When you give time, time expands. When you give kindness, kindness multiplies. And when you give love, love never stops finding you. The energy you send out travels through the universe and always comes home, changed, magnified, and multiplied by grace. Say softly, everything I give returns increased. Everything I bless grows greater. Everything I send out comes back in divine perfection. You are not meant to live small. You are not meant to hide your gifts or hoard your wisdom. Every word of encouragement, every act of compassion, every silent prayer you whisper for another, these are investments in your next miracle. The universe records every good seed, and the harvest always returns, sometimes quietly, sometimes suddenly, but always perfectly. Say softly, my good cannot be lost. My blessings cannot miss me. Every act of love I offer creates my next wave of miracles. Beloved, the world has taught many to fear giving, to hold tight, to save too much, to protect what they have. But protection rooted in fear becomes prison, and faith rooted in generosity becomes freedom. When you open your hand, you open your life. When you open your life, you open the gates of heaven. Say softly, I give with ease. I give with joy. I give because I live in abundance. Every time you share what you've learned, your wisdom deepens. Every time you bless others with your gifts, your talents, multiply, you help another rise, heaven lifts you higher too. The law of returning is not just about money. It is about energy. When you circulate what you've gained, you keep life alive in you. Say softly, the more I give, the more I grow. The more I share, the more I shine. The more I bless, the more I blessed. Beloved, you are part of the great cycle of divine exchange. You learn through experience, you earned through faith, and now you return through grace. This is the secret rhythm of life. The student becomes the teacher. The receiver becomes the giver. The blessed becomes the blesser. And each time the circle completes, it expands wider, creating a richer, deeper, more radiant version of you. Say softly, I am in rhythm with divine law. I receive with gratitude, and I return with love. To give is to honor your source. To share is to say, I trust there is more. I trust is the language of heaven. The universe rushes to refill every open hand, every kind heart, every generous soul. You cannot outgive divine mind. You cannot exhaust the supply of grace. You can only increase it through faith and circulation. Say softly, I am connected to infinite supply. My giving keeps me in divine circulation. My generosity creates my next blessing. Beloved, life is not about accumulation. It did not contribution. You did not come to take, you came to transform. You did not come to gather only, you came to give freely. And what you give from love will always be returned to you multiplied. This is the eternal law of return. Say softly, what I return to the universe blesses me in greater form. What I release in faith finds me again in abundance. Everything I do circulates good through a creation. You are the flow. You are the blessing. You are the returning grace of God made visible. Every smile, every word of hope, every gift of time, every prayer of peace. They all travel through the universe like light, touching lives, transforming energy, and finding their way back to you. Say softly one final decree. I give in joy. I return in gratitude. My life is an endless cycle of giving, receiving, and blessing, under grace and in perfect timing. And now the circle is complete. You have learned. You have earned. You have returned. The three divine laws of life have aligned within you. Wisdom, faith, and grace. You are no longer walking against the flow, you are the flow. You are not seeking divine timing. You are divine timing. You are not waiting for the universe to bless you. The universe is waiting for you to bless it. Say softly one last time. I live by divine law. I earn in wisdom. I earn in faith. I return in love. All things unfold under grace and in perfect timing. Feel that truth settle deep within your being. Your life is whole. Your path is blessed. Your heart is open. And your soul is free, and so it is.